Hi everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and today I'm going to be making one of my holiday soaps. It's called Gingerbread with Peppermint frosting, and I made a bunch of it last year and it's all gone. So maybe making 2 loaves this year, but I'm going to start with one right now before your very eyes. Lots going on here too. There's some embeds stirred in, and then there's a topping of embeds as well, and 2 different fragrances kept in 2 separate parts of the batter. Lots going on, so let me show you what we're going to do. Okay, well, there is a video for this one already, but I always make them a little different, and I've actually even changed the recipe on this a little bit so that I would have more time to work with it. The last one thickened up a bit. The lye is not in there yet, it's just the milk and kaolin clay and cocoa butter in this one. Let me get my lye and silk in there. I never show the making of the lye portion of it, but I really mix it quite a bit because I mix it to help it cool, and at the same time it's really getting a good mix, which I think is a good idea with lye. Bam, that's emulsified. I'm going to split this off. I'm scenting the 2 parts of this batter differently because the gingerbread, I mixed some vanilla in also, and it will brown. I don't want the white icing to brown. Let me get going. Okay, so let me get this separated. Just want to basically split this part. Be nice to have bowls that poured nicely and spatulas that really scraped, but I am waiting for my order, and that will help a bit. So this part, let's make this a little bit more. In the glass container, that's going to be my gingerbread mixed with vanilla. And I think what I'll do first, because I know that the peppermint portion won't accelerate, let me get that in there. Just that a bit. Okay, and I'm going to split that off into my red. About half and half. I think I have a little more white, and that's really what I want too. So that's going to get a dose of titanium dioxide. The gingerbread's going to get some too because it's going to turn brown. I don't mind it turning brown because it gives that gingerbread look, but I don't want it to get real brown. So let's blend this up. And getting bubbles out at the same time. And let's see if I have enough red in there. I think I do. That's a great red. It's like a candy cane red. Okay, so that part is done. I don't mind red in this portion either. Let's see if I got enough white in here. Okay, so it looks like creamy white now. That's good because it'll turn to more of a gingerbread brown. And let's get the gingerbread and vanilla in there. So far, this is pretty much like how I made it last time. I think that could be blended a little more. Alright, now let's add the embeds, and this time I added some green, so that's how it differs a little bit. But let me stir out some bubbles. I was more careful about my blender this time, so that's really creamy looking. So let's get all those in there. And it's really watery, so I'm going to let that set. My old recipe for this, it thickened up more, which held the embeds throughout a little more, but this is good. It's giving me more time to work with this part. So what I will do is wait for this to set up a little bit more, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so now you can see that the batter's thickened up, and I can see that these embeds are suspended inside there, so that's what I wanted. And this is still behaving itself, which is good. And I still have a sliver of what I'm making right now from the last time I made that. So that's what it's kind of going to look like. So in there, into the mold, goes some of my gingerbread, about half of it, maybe a little more. It's getting a nice color to it too. Tap that down. And then I'm going to do an in the pot swirl with this white and red that is scented with peppermint. Smells very edible, this soap. I want all that in there. Pour it in about 3 different areas. And then I'm not going to top it with red, so I may as well get all of this in there. So this is going to go 2 spins. I've got some nice swirls in there. And all of this is going to be sandwiched in between the gingerbread part. So I just want to break the fall of this a little bit. The last time I was more careful about it and left a nice band of it, but I think this will be good. I like it more interesting than a flat band. I think the thing is that I found out with soap making is that you can't really go into it too timidly. Just got to go for it. And it turns out, so you got to go through that phase where you're careful about everything. Of course, I'm still careful. I'm not telling you that. I'm just really a wild man. And use my favorite spoon to do that. I realize I didn't save any white for the top either, but that's okay. And I think I'm going to have to bring you back for when that hardens just a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, so I decided that I really had to have a white top, and I accidentally put all the white in there. This is going to be a tall bar of soap, but that's going to be okay. So I made up some more soap and scented it with a little peppermint oil, not much, because you know it can add that cooling effect. And so what I'm going to do is first, and now this is going to take the texture, is make some sort of waves in the soap before I pour the white on, so that I get more of a, I don't want just like a flat definition between the white and the gingerbread part of the soap. I think it'd be more interesting to have like a wave, and then I'll pour the white over this. And this is just liquidy enough to fill in those crevices. And this will just be an extra special bar because it'll be so tall. I just really like the look of that white icing on top, so I couldn't just let it go. I don't care what that character in Frozen said, I'm not going to let this one go. Let me wait again, bring you back when it's a little bit more, it'll take a little more of that texture. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so this is just right for me to texture. Don't want to bring it up too high because it's already at the top of this mold and it's pretty deep. Okay, so let's get these red embeds scattered on top. Just makes it more cheery. Okay, looks pretty good. I will speed this part up. There isn't much interested in seeing this. Okay, and the last touch is going to be to add some glitter. This one really needs it, just because of the holidays and it's bright, and this adds a lot of light to it. Okay, so that was a little more work than I usually have to do because of that second batter I had to whip up, but I'm happier now. And we'll have to delay this making of a little bit because I always like to show the finished soap after it's had time to cure and go through its color changing act. But anyway, this is my gingerbread and peppermint frosting cold process soap, and you can see really with the title of that soap I really had to put that white frosting on top. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.